The latest LEGO Dungeons & Dragons minifigures are, in my opinion, the coolest collectible minifigure series LEGO has ever made. And I recently got my hands on an entire case of the figures so that I could create cool new medieval fantasy characters using their parts along with parts from my collection. Starting us off is this captain in the Lion Knight army. For him, I used the legs and torso from the vampire, Strahd von Zarovich. I thought the torso and legs worked very well with the color scheme of the Lion Knight army, and I've added a blue cape and shoulder armor to finish the figure off. I think he works really well with this lion shield, and I have him mounted on a horse with the beautiful horse barding that LEGO released in the Lion Knight's castle. Next, I made this evil wizard using the torso, cape, and dress piece from Saz Tam. You'll have to forgive me if I mispronounce any of the names from the D&D universe, as I'm not too familiar with it. To cover up the exposed skeleton part of his torso, I gave him this long white beard and added a wizard's cap to this angry printed head with glowing orange eyes. Finally, I gave him a white wizard's staff topped with a magical gem. I thought the torso and legs from Tasha the Witch Queen looked like a great match for a skilled assassin. For my assassin, I found this unique blue cape from Marvel's Valkyrie and gave her a matching blue face covering. As an assassin, she needs a few discreet weapons as part of her trade. On her legs, she already has a few poisonous darts hanging from her belt. I also decided to give her the new knife piece from the Githyanki Warlock and this upside-down gem piece that I'm using as a vial of poison that she might use on some of her unassuming victims. For this funny-looking Birdman, I immediately knew that I needed to upgrade the minifigures from everyone's favorite LEGO theme, Chima.
What is these animals?
So I switched out the heads, wings, and legs on these Chima figures for a more realistic look. But actually, when I first saw this figure, I thought it would be fun to try to create a brick-built eagle, since his head seems like the perfect fit for a bald eagle. So I put together this brown body with lots of feathery details, and added the bird head from the minifigure. I think he turned out quite majestic. For the Dragonborn Paladin, I wanted to see if I could use his dragon head with the wings from the Golden Dragon Ninjago minifigure. I think they go quite well together, but I can't decide what type of weapon I should give him since it seems like he might be flying around a lot during battles. Let me know if you have any good ideas. For the Lady of Pain, I read that her accessory is a cubic gate that allows her to unlock portals to other dimensions. Instead of modifying her figure, I created this magical portal with a path leading up to it that uses a few of these fancy minifigure stands as steps, and has a couple of gold chalices on either side of the interdimensional gate. For the portal itself, I used these old-style flame pieces that can be connected together using this small pin, and used them to frame a stone archway. I think this might be a bit of an illegal technique, but it can lead to some pretty neat results. Next, I took the outfit from the Mind Flayer and gave this character a disfigured head with a black cape and head wrapping. In my mind, this character is of noble birth, but craved power so much that he lost himself in dark magic and amassed great power at the expense of his body and soul. This fortune teller figure uses the legs and torso from the Gith Warlock, along with a blue cape and purple turban from Professor Quirrell. For her, I made this four-legged table and gave her a crystal ball and a few other magical relics that she might use in her line of work. I'm super pleased with the way this table turned out, and I might have to make a line of furniture for one of my future videos. Hit the subscribe button if you don't want to miss out on future LEGO updates. I think the dark red torso from the Dwarf Barbarian fits perfectly for a Viking. with its fur-lined collar and rugged design elements. For him, I kept the large double-sided axe and gave him a Viking helmet along with this round shield from Thor's goat boat. Incidentally, that set came with 8 stickered 2x2 round tiles that can be placed on this bar piece to make some great Viking shields for a Viking army. Next, I made a more classic looking knight using the armor from the Dragonborn Paladin and a matching silver helmet. I thought these legs from the Tiefling Sorcerer might work well for a purple themed knight with black boots. So I found this matching purple wolf shield from LEGO's Knights Kingdom 2 theme and gave him a simple sword to go along with it. For the Tiefling Sorcerer's torso, I created a high society elf by adding this bright yellow cape and the Gith Warlock's hairpiece. I used these decorative purple legs from Catwoman that I think go along quite well with the purple Tiefling torso. Next, I used the glittery head and the pointy-eared hairpiece from the elf bard to create this blue Pixie. For her, I used a torso and cape from Disney's Elsa to make a dress. And then I added these blue wings and a matching magic wand. This pixie lives in the Enchanted Forest, along with my next 2 customized figures. For our next figure, I wanted to use the hooded antlers from the Halfling Druid to create a centaur-like half-man, half-deer character. I continued the dark green theme from the hood, giving him a matching cape and torso, and using the centaur legs from Harry Potter. With the legs of a deer, this character has supreme speed and is an expert marksman with a bow and arrow. After making this centaur-like figure, I was inspired to use the Tiefling's hairpiece to create another forest-like creature, using the legs and torso from the LEGO Series 15 Collectible Minifigure Fawn. For this Fawn, I decided to give him the dark green and brown leafy cape from the Halfling Druid, along with a long black beard that matches the dark hair from the Tiefling. I also gave him a simple wooden staff that makes use of a minifigure hand for a touch of extra detail. The next figure is Theod, a dragonborn fighter with the ability to generate fireballs. And he is one of the minifigures I made, along with Tiamat the 5-headed dragon, for the original LEGO Ideas D&D contest. Check out the video on the left to see my journey to building Tiamat, as well as the rest of the original D&D minifigures I made for the contest. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.